What's more awkward than staying at a friend's house and waking up before them?
Pooping in their toilet and then finding out it won't flush. Edit. Yay, we all poop.
Or just needing to poop at someone's place and their toilet is right next to the living room or wherever everyone is.
And you think that you can make it a quiet one, but all of a sudden it's the windiest you've ever had.
Deleted.
Their parents fighting.
Parent beating the shit out of your friend while you are still in the room. Edit, or worse, your friend beating his elderly parent's disabled sibling.
Ah yes, this wall here is made out of wall.
Starts awkwardly playing with the dog.
Having a little kid stare at you through the crack in a bathroom stall door who then cries after you say bruh.
Never experienced this, and I don't want to. That's creepy as fuck.
Visit any school.
Yeah, I'll just show up at a school and use the loo to watch kids looking through the cracks. That's creepier than the original comment here.
Woke up to my friend's parents both naked. Their mom was naked on the couch smoking a cigarette and playing Tetris. The dad came walking out of their bedroom naked and went to the kitchen and made himself breakfast. I just turned around and went back to the room and went to sleep.
Just like nope, not ready for this.
Should have stripped naked and played two-player Tetris with the mother so that when his friend woke up, awkward level would be ramped to 11.
_ naked two-player Tetris _ with a friend's mother. That would really ramp the awkward to 11.
Their mom asking if you're hungry but you declined even though you're starting to feel hungry. Then you can't ask for food because you already declined. So you wait for your friend to wait up and have breakfast together. It's even worse when you're shy.
Strongly relate. Stayed at a friend's house and woke up around 7:30 in the morning, went to use the bathroom then walk out and has his mom ask me if I was hungry. I said no, then my friend wakes up 30 minutes later. I decided to have breakfast with him but on the inside I'm dying from embarrassment. I was very shy around new people or if I wasn't comfortable with the situation.
Yeah, I used to feel the same way, but now that I am older I know that adults understand. If I could give young me one piece of advice, it would be to be less intimidated by adults and parents.
My kids have sleepovers like every weekend. I never ask. 6 a.m., I just start making everything I have that's edible and send it down to the video game dungeon.
Being out of everyone's conversation.
Then you try to join in and there's further awkwardness with a brief silence.
And everyone turn around and be like, _.
Especially worse when everyone is very buddy-buddy with each other, talking about some anecdote that they all fondly remember and you somehow end up jumping into the conversation because someone asked you something and it's too late to back down.
Your friend being yelled at by their parents and the parents trying to drag you into it. Friends' parents, I've absolutely had enough of your behavior, Taylor, this is just ridiculous. Look, Murphy, you're his best friend, what do you think of all this? Everyone looks at you. You, I dunno really, desperately avoiding all eye contact.
What do you think of all this? AIGHT IMMA HEAD OUT.
This used to happen to me all the time with my friend Alina. It would put a huge rift between Alina and I because my dumbass would usually answer. Finally, I got so annoyed that I was like, stop bringing me into this. I'm a completely different person than her and I have issues of my own. It's not fair to pit me against my best friend all the time. And her mom never did it again.
Hell yeah. Fight the power, be friends.
In 5th grade, Eric put my hand in a warm glass of water at a sleepover in the hopes of making me wet the bed. At some point in the night, the glass was upturned and spilled to soak my t-shirt from the stomach down. He claimed to the others that I pissed myself, but nothing smelled of piss. Everyone acted disgusted when I asked them to smell my shirt to prove him wrong. It was to be a bad year at school. Eric is currently doing 2 years for assault in the Southwest. Fuck you, Eric. You may have convinced everyone I had a weak bladder 23 years ago, but at least I didn't wreck my life over some little bar spat.
Just admit it. You peed yourself. No need to make such convoluted lies.
An average freak. Eric, is that you?
I'd heard a rumor that Reddit was allowed in prison.
Getting caught masturbating while staying at a friend's house.
Better than your mom catching you though.
IDK. I feel like parents catching their kid is a fairly common thing. Even people who think they've never been caught have probably been caught by their parents.
I got caught twice and it is awkward, man. Whenever I'm at my parents' and they start telling old stories, I dread and pray they don't bring it up. I try to change the subject sharply because they like to try and embarrass me. Peeing your pants while someone is tickling you. I had bladder control issues as a kid.
This made me uncomfortable as fuck.
Made me horny.
Kirby's calling the police.
Wetting the bed at said friend's house?
I did not need to be reminded of this.
There's a story attached to this.
Not op, but here is my story. We were having a sleepover. We were sleeping beside each other and our sisters in the sides. He peed himself so the water traveled through the sheets and onto my pants. I told him that and he said it was the reverse. I swear I didn't pee myself.
I work at a pool. I did a locker room check and saw my 9th grade teacher naked. We locked eyes. He recognized me. Then in full nude started a conversation with me. We talked for 10 minutes before I managed to leave that conversation. Edit, nothing happened aside from us talking, for all of you with dirty minds.
He was asserting his dominance.
Power move.
Vigorously swinging his dick left to right.
Having a friend camp out at your house and his grandpa comes over at 6:30 a.m., wakes him up, and takes him to McDonald's for breakfast.
Was everyone just left there alone?
We were in the backyard camping. His grandpa came over, woke him up and took home to breakfast. Never let my parents know.
Wow, that's rude.
When my dad and stepmom first started dating, I got along really well with my stepsister. We wanted to have a sleepover after their first official date. The next morning we were eating ice cream and I finished, and then asked her if I could have another bowl. She threw a fit that I was eating all of her ice cream. Her mom told her I was a guest and that there was always more ice cream. Then my stepsister cried out, "Well, when is she leaving?" Yup, I'd say that was significantly more awkward.
That's just plain sad.
She was an only child and quite spoiled. Things were rough for a bit while she adjusted.
That's very mature for you to think about.
Staying at a friend's house and waking up with them sitting in a chair by your bed and watching you sleep?
Lol, this was my college roommate, so creepy.
Eddie.
Stole my comment, you bastard.
When you hold open a door for someone, completely misjudging the amount of time it'll take for them to get there.
Yay, I do this and people always say, just let it go. I'm so stubborn though, that I just hold it.
Asterisk let it go, asterisk I'm on the other side of the store, asterisk let it go, asterisk walk away and close the door. I don't care if you're wanting to stay, go get a move on the door, never bothered me anyway.
Thanks, this made my day.
Having someone stay over at your house and waking up after them probably. Edit, what's worse than both is staying over at someone's house and sleeping in significantly later than them. Nothing I hate more than waking up and everyone else is busy doing other shit, and as soon as you enter the room they all stop and say, "Look who's finally up, good morning sleeping beauty," or some variation.
This freaks me out because my friend and I could be doing some fun shit but I'm being boring and sleeping. Then I have to go through someone else's house half asleep just to find everyone. Bonus points if everyone else is dressed as well.
Extra points if his extended family just came to visit that morning and now you are being introduced when you still have morning breath.
And morning wood.
Having their little brothers and sisters wake you up and then realize 3 things. You are on your back, you have no blanket, and you have an erection.
I've had a friend's younger sister get into bed with us, we were sharing a double bed, and pee where I was sleeping. My friend didn't wake up and no one else noticed except my friend's brother, who was waking up for football practice. I had to get dressed at 5 a.m. and the brother let me sleep in his bed, lol.
He did you a solid right there.
She did him a liquid. Getting your period at a friend's house in the middle of the night.
Staying the night with a friend and her bed was just a twin, so we decided to share her older brother's bed, which was a queen. He wasn't gonna be home. Well, I started my period in the middle of the night and left a stain on his sheets. I heard about that for the next couple years in high school.
Whyy did they spread it around school? Kids suck, man.
IDK. She did it. He wouldn't have known otherwise, or anyone for that matter, cuss we cleaned it up and she gave me a pad and everything. Straight up mean girl shit. He was totally nice about it. Her and I didn't stay friends. Actually, him and I were friends long after high school. Thinking somebody rang the door to your apartment and so you open the door but nobody is there except some guy walking down the hallway and he happens to be walking by your door and you make eye contact with him then close your door.
That's very specific. Also, you get doorbells at your apartment?
It's not that uncommon for apartments to have doorbells.
I didn't know my apartment had a doorbell for like the first 2 months that I lived here. I am ashamed of that. In my defense, it is attached to the door, peephole.
Seeing someone you don't know waving at you in a crowd, so you wave back then realize they weren't waving at you, but someone behind you.
Starts awkward, ends worse.
Clogging a toilet in a public bathroom, at a friend house or at a parent's friend's house.
Clogging a public toilet isn't too bad. I once clogged a toilet at work, the log wasn't going anyway and I was actually quite proud.
I mean clogging a public toilet at like a McDonald's or a place with 2 or 3 toilets.
Nobody aims for the toilet at McDonald's.
Saying goodbye and then walking in the same direction.
That's why you always let them start walking away first, then you go in a different direction, even if it's the wrong way for you.
And then they're doing the same thing and you both awkwardly stand there waiting for the other to walk away first.
And then you together walk away to wrong direction.
Being the first one to walk into a classroom with a teacher in it. Since it's your class, you can't just leave once you walk in. But you look like a lonely idiot with the teacher trying to make small talk with you until others come in.
As a teacher, I just say hi to the student and sit there quietly unless they talk to me. Awkward small talk is the worst, there's no way I'm going to force a student to suffer through that.
As a teacher, I stand at the door and greet all my students with 4 at the door. High five. Say good morning. Address them by name. Sometimes ask them about non-school related items in the way in. This avoids the mentioned awkwardness in the room for the student, it lets them know that my class is a welcome place, and gives me some one-on-one intersection time with each student. https://www.edutopia.org/video/making-connections-greetings-door.
That's amazing. I wish I had more teachers like you. I'm glad for the kids studying under you.